Hi everyone, happy Saturday. So while it seemed like I hadn't been buying much behind the scenes, I was busy, not super busy purchasing. I guess seven books isn't all that terrible for April. I can't remember if I had any others at the beginning of April. I might have, but not a bad one for me. Compared to where I was last year. But there were a lot of new releases the last few weeks. I did also order a couple books from Amazon Japan. And so I figured this might be a little long. But there are going to be jump links and chapters in the videos. So if there are only certain books you want to see, you can, jump around what you want to see, or you can watch the whole thing however you like. And these are full flips for all these. And so, yeah. All right, let's get started. I will hold the... Are these Japanese or Korean books? I will hold these books till the end. I don't know, because of accessibility, being able to access these. I am trying to record 2 videos back to back. Oh, there's something too. If you didn't see it, because I'm posting them really close together, I did post my completed pages last night. I'm putting a card right here. Be sure to go back and take a look at that. It's actually a very short video for me. There's not much there. But I did do, 12 pages? So it was enough to constitute this month. And I actually did complete another book, which I'll show you guys in full at the beginning of the week. So, all right, we'll go in the order we're going in. So if you look down in the description, I actually need to translate these, but then we're going to look at Magical Mermaids from Jade Summer, Color by Number Summer Vibes from Alexandra Franzese, 50 Spellbound Woodland Scenes to Color, Kameliya Angelkova, Color Me Capybaras from Cider Mill. And R.J. Hampson re-released A Frog's Tale with half the book being like black backgrounds and modified slightly to go along with his more recent releases. And so I'll explain what's what with that. So we're just going to go in the order they're in. That's just going to be the easiest thing to do. All right, let me look here. So these are part of a series of books. And I had one that I was looking for, which is you'll hear them referred to as like Yuri's book, the rabbit book, the magic shop book, the one with the cat on it. Like, that's, I think, how we all usually refer to these, because of the translation differences. Okay, so these are Japanese, and this is Polar Bear's Adventure Cruise by Yukie Shiratori. I believe this is the latest release in this series of books. So they are shorter than typical coloring books, as you saw in the intro. And if you look here on the cover, they show you some of the other ones. So like here is the rabbit book, the one that you're going to see in a minute. Here's I can't even remember what that one's called, but I have that one. There's some more here in the back. There's a seasonal wreaths of plants and friends down here. But like the 4 up here look very familiar. I have the squirrel book, I have the cat book, I have the Yuri book. I do not have that book because it looks to be mostly buildings and I don't like buildings. So I'm trying not to be gotta have them all for the collection and only have the ones that I really like. So trying to. Oh, and there's Winry trying to get me to pay attention to her. I know it's a little hard to see, but I have to keep it this wide because it is a very wide book compared to a regular 8.5 by 11. So looks like there's some colored versions of maybe some pictures at the beginning. That looks really exciting. Yes, color samples. I love these. A few little suggestions, recommendations for coloring, kind of at a glance. A special section. I think you can do digital downloads in these books, and I think I saw somebody post the other day they figured out how to get them. And I'll have to see if I can go find that video. If I can find it, I'll put it in the description. But I think it was for the books like these. So we'll see. But anyway, Polar Bear Adventures. Beautiful pages. This is the type of... I've not tried Arteza in these books specifically, but like this is the type of paper that I found they just, in my opinion, do really well on. Generally, the smoother the paper, the softer the pencil I will use, and then if it's a textured paper, I tend to choose harder colored pencils. But everybody colors differently, so you may like it the opposite way. He's living the dream. Living the dream, finding just a little island out in the middle of nowhere. Except that poor little fox is, looks like a fox, is hanging on that tree for dear life. I wonder what's going on there. It's looking at these pictures and just being like, oh, if I just had the time. Oh, with this little hat on, looking so distinguished. Well, there we go. Now we're stumbling upon a party. Everybody's dressed here. Like that, except the deer, of course. I mean, it'd be a little hard to get away with a shirt and pants while stomping around. Ooh, I love that. I love jungle scenes so much. And that double page spread just looks phenomenal. And that's one of the samples, and that one is adorable too. Boy, he really does get around, doesn't he? Like, here I am sitting on my couch eating, well, maybe not eating chips, but eating apples and peanut butter and watching TikTok videos, and he's exploring islands and checking out the jungle. Now he's mushroom hunting. Oh, we have some Halloween pictures. Y'all know how much I love the Halloween pictures. Oh, look, it's like a little ghosty with little rabbit ears. Oh, and it's like a wolf, and you can see just a tiny little fang poking out. Oh, that's so neat. I love the little ghosties. That is just so adorable. Oh my gosh, I love every page in this section. I'm such a bad influence on people. Oh my gosh, how many times I get a message and people are like, this is why I can't watch your videos. And then they show me books and I'm like, I know. That was the same for me. That's why I have them. I have them because of Coloring Queen. She does a new releases every month on her site. She's got a blog, and let me tell you, that blog, you in danger, girl. Like, if you like, especially if you like Japanese or Korean coloring books, ooh, you in danger, girl. I should never told y'all about that. That is what happens to me. I'm all like, I can budget and buy some Jade Summer books, buy some Amazon books, and I'll be fine. And then I see something that I have to get on a site, specialty site, and oh, look at that dragon, so cute. And that's what gets me in trouble. Though I do have a tip. We used to have Book Depository, and RAP Book Depository, we miss you dearly, because it was really a go-to for a lot of us in the US that wanted, you know, books from other countries and other artists that weren't just available on Amazon US. And since that, so looks like some bonus things here. So now there's like Etsy. Well, you could technically make that a marker page if you didn't mind this side getting marked up. You've got an index. So so you're a little more limited in the sites you have now. You can try Etsy and have some luck sometimes finding a little cheaper. Not Etsy, excuse me. You can go to eBay and sometimes find these, and maybe sometimes find a deal on shipping. You can go to Etsy, which to me is probably the most expensive option, because oftentimes now, I'll say that there's a disclaimer there though. A lot of times these types of books I will purchase from vendors on Etsy, and it'll be like 20 to 30 for the book, and then because it's coming from Japan or Korea, there's like another $20 or $30 in the shipping cost, which makes these very costly books, right? However, with that disclaimer, I will say those books arrive pristine, and for where they're shipping, I kind of wonder if they're actually in the US, but they're still putting that shipping, because at some point they did ship from Japan or Korea. So like, they're just recouping their cost, which is fine. But when I tell you the speed at which I get these books from some of the vendors that I use on a regular basis, and they are pristine books, like they are shipped fantastically well. I don't ever have to worry about bending or pages being ripped, or I've never seen printing issues. Like, these are pristine books, so you get you get quality books from what I can tell for what you pay. But that is the most expensive option. The best option I have found so far is to go to Amazon Japan, and I might even because I'm going to provide a link to these, I'm going to provide the Amazon Japan link. And all you do is go on Amazon Japan, make sure you don't auto sign in under, if you have Amazon US or whatever, make sure you don't auto sign in. You have to create a separate Amazon Japan account from your, at least your Amazon US one. You have to create a separate login. And then I've done that. It's fairly easy to set up, and it converts for you when you put it in the cart and attach your payment method to it and stuff. It converts it so you know exactly, like in my example, US dollars, how much it's going to cost. I have found with those, the shipping is significantly cheaper. And so what books that may have, you know, 2 books that may have cost me like $60 may only cost me 40 US because of what I save on shipping. So that is another option that I feel like I've saved some money on. It's just, it can be difficult to find these books on Amazon Japan unless you have the ISBN number or the actual translation of the book. They can be difficult to find, so a lot of times I rely on links other people have posted so I can go directly to that page. But for me, that seems to be the best option right now. For Disney French books, like the Hatchet Heroes pages and books and stuff, you want to use Lyrica. It's Lireka, and they have those books for reasonable prices, and they offer, hopefully they still offer free shipping, which is pretty fantastic for it being a French site. And again, it is in French, so you will have to use some translation options, but I've used Lyrica numerous times. The books arrive in great condition relatively quickly, because of where they're being shipped from, and I have a good experience with them too. So just a little tip while we were hopping into this. Alright, so another book in that series, the Bunny book, which I didn't have yet. And this is Rabbit's Fairy Tale Illustrated Book, is what I'm seeing. I'm trying to find an artist's name. I'm not having luck. Maybe here? Maybe? Alright, so similar book, same series that I was referencing with the other book. I'm sorry, we will speed things up a little bit now. Looks like we've got some coloring samples for this one as well, which is awesome. Now, it seems to me these are all by slightly different artists. Like, some of them are the same artist, some of them are different. It's a publishing company that is publishing them, you know, in the same type of series, but it's all different artists. So keep in mind that, like, as you can see here, this line art seems to me more of like a dark purple mulberry type color. And then this line art is more just regular black line art. This feels a little more delicate and is kind of a darker mulberry color, which doesn't bother me, but just keep in mind the type of line art may be slightly different in these books depending on who the artist is. So, good point to make. I feel like that's me every day, just dozing off. Whatever I'm doing, desperately trying not to doze off. That's cute. I think my biggest challenge with these types of books is like the background. Because sure, you could use pastel or maybe watercolor pencils or some medium like that. I've not officially colored a page in this book series, so I can't tell you so far what's working for me and what isn't, so obviously I'll have to try. But on a lot of these, like, pastel could be doable. As long as you don't get it wet, you could erase out all the sections. Like, I could rub pastel over the section and just erase out if I go over into the lines and things like that. Oh, that's interesting. Like, the windows themselves are darker lines. Love the cross-stitching rabbits. And the one sleeping on the couch. I wonder how acrylic paint would do in here. That might be an interesting consideration too. Oh, I love that one with the little witch, the little witches. And this one with the little mushroom houses. Now some of these, like this one, I probably wouldn't worry about a background, or if I did, it would just be like a solid color, like a yellow, soft yellow or something. Or I would just create an edging kind of color around each individual item. You could do that too. Ah, all the tea, it makes me think of Tammy in her tea series. I like the little snow globe ones. There's cute Christmas ones in here. I guess you could theoretically color those and cut them out and use them as decorations. Oh, you have the front and the back to them. Yeah, you sure could. Well, that's kind of cool. I usually don't like the extras at the back because sometimes they're not printed right. Like on one page it looks like one way, on the other page it's a bunch of lines, so like it doesn't make any sense to cut into it. But like that one actually works with the front and the back of the images. So here's the rabbit book. Yeah, 20 minutes and 2 books. I got to speed this up. Alright, no problem. Jade Summer Magical Mermaids, I believe. Is this their latest release? I think so. Now, anybody that's been around for a minute knows I've said mermaids are not my absolute favorite thing to color, but I really love the art in this book. There are exceptions. I do like the coloring challenges. One of these days I would love to these are beautiful. You know what these make me think of? Like the Galaxy Queen Coco Wyo book, but like mermaids instead of Galaxy Babes. Like, look at that. They are gorgeous. The artist for this one is, or there's 2, I guess, here. And they're, I don't want to mispronounce the first name, so. I really wish they were just slightly bigger on the page and the border was wider out. However, because a lot of the art goes outside the border, I can understand why they kept it that way. Actually, the mermaid books that I enjoy, some of the mermaid books I enjoy the most are past Jade Summer mermaid books. So, oh, I love that. That's unique. Like, kind of like a steampunk mermaid. Everything's dinging and... Oh, and we got some mermen as well. So they have, like, they used to have 2 mermaids books. One was just mermaids, and that one was kind of risque looking older mermaids. In not quite this style, but a similar type style. Then they had a, maybe it was Cute Mermaids. I can't remember the name of it, but that was more like chibi style mermaids. Honestly, though, I really love these. I don't know, the mermaids book was, I don't mind voluptuous mermaids, but like I didn't like the art in that one as much, but like I love this one. And I like the chibi one because it's just cute, but like, oh, she is gorgeous. Gorgeous. And of course you have pretty mermaids, you have vicious, mean looking mermaids. Ooh, you could do her in like a tiger stripe. Oh my gosh. Now see, that is great. I love that picture. What is this? Conveniently holds it up. And see, we even have Christmas mermaids. So if you're not a big Christmas fan, but you like mermaids, like here's a great picture for you for Christmas. So you can still kind of tap in to the holiday. I have not looked at these books at all. I've been so busy. I have not had a chance to look at them. Well, I like that one with the pirate. That's fun. Warrior, Princess Mermaid. Angel Mermaid? Why not? And I'm not normally big on like profile coloring or just people coloring. Usually I like there to be like a bigger scene around them, but the way these are drawn, I love these weird little like tentacle. This definitely feels sci-fi fantasy here. I actually like these. There's a nice mix of nice mermaids, pretty mermaids, not so nice mermaids. I wouldn't say ugly mermaids, but ones that probably aren't super purty. Oh, and they offer some of the pages with a black background. I love it. Love it. I've forgotten they've started doing that recently. I don't know if these will all be the very first pages I color in this book, but I tell you, if I am looking at a picture, I will want to check and make sure it doesn't have a black background in here before I proceed to color, because most of the time I'm going to want to choose the black background because that's just who I am. Not everybody loves it, but I love it. I love big vibrant color, and black backgrounds, in my opinion, just really make those vibrant colors pop. Like these closer, kind of like trading cards of your different mermaids. Some different samples in the back. Here's Vampire Romance, which I thought about. It looks really, the art looks really good. I just am trying to be a little more mindful. The 100 Tattoos, again, also looks collectible, but it's just like, I don't know. I have so many books, guys, and I always buy for the person I want to be, the person I want to be, and I want to be in terms of coloring, versus the person that actually has the time to do these. So we do have a color by number in here. This is almost hot off the press, well, at least as fast as Amazon could get it to me. Summer Vibes by Alexandra Franzese. I love her color by number books. They're some of my favorites. And I was heavily coloring in the two I have last summer and fall. And then, honestly, I think they just got lost in my in the stacks. And I kind of hadn't thought about them until I saw this. And then I'm like, oh, that's right. She has these, which I love. So she has her own chart, but then you can make your own chart as well. This This paper from Amazon, y'all, is getting thinner and thinner and thinner. I definitely feel a difference between this and even the Fairies Gone Wild book I got a couple months ago. To me, feels different, which is fine. In these books, it's absolutely fine because they're one-sided and I use markers and I use a blotter page, but oh, I love this picture. You're going to hear me say that a lot. Let's just go ahead and say I'm really going to love this book. But I'm telling y'all, their self-published books, that paper just keeps getting thinner and thinner. It's not the artist's fault. It's the reason I still buy these books, because I just love the art so darn much in these books. And she will offer a collection, I think, for most. Alexandra Franzese will offer a collection for most of her books on her Etsy shop. So like you can go get, like, there's a collection of 10 or 12 images or something from the book. So like if you really would rather have the digital version, you can get it. Happy swans. Oh, beach sounds so good right now. These are all, it's very light grayscale colors, but I think it's perfect to me because I can still see them pretty well, because they're larger numbers. So I would have to look at her earlier books. She may have lightened these up a little bit. I think they're still readable. In low light, I'm probably going to have to squint a little, but I think they're still reasonable enough. Please don't go any lighter with these. I know people don't like the numbers showing up in there, but like the magical part about the Alexandra Franzese books, at least it was. Does she do it in this one? The ones she offered last summer, she had ones with the numbers in them and ones without the numbers in them. And I was like, if you don't like the numbers showing, then just use the non-numbered pages. And you can still use the color chart. Like, just look at the page that has the numbers, you know? Like, I know people don't want to see the numbers, but I'm also like, you've got us people with bad eyesight have got to be able to see the numbers reasonably. Oh, okay. A lot of images in here. I have forgotten. Same designs without the numbers. So like in this case, you could find this page in the numbered side, use the chart, color it with the numbers, but then you don't have to worry about the numbers showing. And it looks like she does these in a different order too. So, but I'm not going to flip through these, but you did see them. So like, that's why I'm like, just make the numbers darker. It's one of my favorite things about her color by number books is she does that. She gives you the color by number option and the color without numbers option. And I love that. Like, I can't say I want all my color by number books like that because there are just a lot of pages I would never color. But like with her books in particular, I do love that style. So I just, yeah, let's not go any lighter with the numbers. Like, we've got versions without the numbers. So everybody should be good. All right. 50 Spellbound Woodland scenes to color. Repeat my thing about buying all the I don't buy all the Kameliya Angelkova books. I try to just buy the ones that I know I'm gonna like, and we know I love woodland creatures and like forest things, so this was like, yeah. Especially because there's a lot of fantasy creatures in here too. So it is, in my opinion, a fantastic combination of fantasy, forest, creatures. Kind of has a little bit of a Halloween vibe to it. A little bit of a spooky vibe, if you will. Maybe an autumn vibe with a lot of the mushrooms. But that's like my favorite time of the year to color, like for coloring pages and coloring books and stuff. So I am totally down with that. We'll like that one. Love him. And the little squirrel looking at him like, what are you? Actually, if you ever watch Rick and Morty, without the antlers, he looks like the kid from one of the episodes. It's kind of what it reminds me of. Hang on a second. For me, goats having a ram and a goat, or are they both rams? I don't know. They're having a good time, whatever it is. I don't color unicorns very often, but I can get down with that. Am I matching things? Did we not have those pictures? Oh, okay, so she's doing a slightly different thing there. And I feel like we had one similar to her, too. Huh. That's fine. I mean, as long as they're not the exact same pictures. I'm cool with that. Who's up on the table? Hi, BMO! Hello! You won't get up here very often. Are you trying to tell me it is time to be done? Please don't knock off stuff. Please don't mess up my video. If it stops now, y'all are going to have to get this one tomorrow. Oh, she's on my keyboard. Get off. Get off. I didn't mean to scare her or be rude to her, but she has no sense of what's underneath her. Now she won't come back up here for a month. I figured like when she first started getting around the house she would be investigating more. And she did at first, but like now that she's gotten kind of comfortable, she just doesn't get up. It's weird. She doesn't get up on stuff very much. Like places that she doesn't normally go. I don't know if that'll just come with time. I just, like, she got pretty comfortable in her little spots pretty quick. Like, she doesn't even go in the living room much. And she's been only on the bed, like, once or twice. Which, she knows that's, like, Winry's zone. And doesn't want to poke the bear. Her and Winry will have an occasional kerfluffle. But, it's been going well. Alright. I hated to do that, but I didn't know what else to do if I tried to pick her up. She probably would have freaked out and started growling. She's still doing that. Color Me Capybaras. A captivating coloring book. Probably would have just bought it for that alone. But the Color Me books are ones that I've talked about a lot lately. I showed you them in my coloring book collection. They are like really coming out with some good ones. This one, and there's a Color Me Halloween one in July that I've already like, I don't pre-order anymore hardly, and I pre-ordered that one because, but when I tell you, I think this might be the cutest one I've seen yet. Shows a little clip of them there at the beginning. And this first picture, oh, it's just so cute. And I like their paper. It's not cardstock paper, but it is thicker. It reminds me more of Creative Haven type paper. A little, you know, thicker, definitely thicker than Amazon books, but not like super thick cardstock. Watercolor would be interesting to try on this. I would be curious to see how bad it wrinkled the page or made it fragile. And then the little coconut bra and those heart glasses, just sipping on that cool drink somewhere tropical without a care in the world. Love that. So I feel like the first books, like the Color Me Kittens, Color Me Critters, and all the ones that were coming out, seem to have a lot more details in them. Like, I started to color a page in there earlier this month or something and realized that I'm probably going to have to like use gel pens or smaller markers or something to be able to color in them. But like this one feels a little more, it feels less detailed and more like comprehensive pictures of them doing activities and being out in the world. And so I really love, like, I feel like these books are kind of changing as they go along, and I love the direction they're going. The Color Me Critters, by the way, they are doing a Paint Me Critters. I think it's next month. It might already be out. I don't know. But it's, I think, on watercolor paper. Now, it might be the critters, the same art, just on watercolor paper, but I am not 100% sure. I would have to look and compare once that comes out. That is a massive dress. Like, how do you even function in that? But, it might be the same animals, just in a watercolor paper. I don't know. I would like to test that out. But I don't know if I want books that have, it's the same images as the, you know, Color Me Critters that's out now. I don't know. Like, I need to pick one or the other, right? A lot of pictures in this book, too. I love that. Cover yourself up. What are you doing? Oh my goodness, we are inspired by famous paintings. I love that. Oh my gosh. Whoever sat there and said, and of course I can't think of the name of that painting, but whoever said, I need to see this picture, but I need to see it with capybaras. You are somebody I want to be friends with. Because me and you, simpatico. I would, actually, no, I'm not that creative. I never would have thought of that. Seriously cute. I think Tammy said she might start a new series with the Color Me books. And I love that idea. Oh, and of course we have a pirate picture, which are like jungle pics, like some of my favorite to color. I almost would like color her maybe with some red on her, like maybe she's getting a little sunburn, because I don't see her with any sunscreen out there, which, you know, with all their fur, maybe they don't have to worry about being sunburned. But I think she'd be cute being sunburned. If only I could be this chill. If only I could be this chill. Oh my gosh, this is so cute. A lot of these pictures, I'm like, this is so cute. And then these other pictures, man, I wish I was that relaxed. Oh, this is so cute. Man, I wish I was that relaxed. Oh, watermelon. Yep. That is pretty much my weekends right now. Would like to have more adventures for sure. Now that's the one thing. I think they do this in every book so they can put this here. They make the last one a 2-page. And wait, no. This page is in the book. They just shared it again here. Okay, so I don't have to worry about that. But I was like, I don't know why they do this. I would rather them just leave these blank for like test pages. Is that not cute? Oh, it does show she gets a little red in that picture. This is, I think, their cutest one by far. I think their books are getting better and better. I just knocked my earbuds again. I think their books are just getting better the more they come out with, so I'm really curious to see how they grow. Alright. So, A Frog's Tale. Yes, I already have this book. This is by R.J. Hampson, but what he did is his older books used to have 2 duplicate copies of imagery, and at one point, and I can't remember which book it was, he started doing one set normally and then a second set with black backgrounds and like changing up the scenery a little bit and making them different, some of the images different with some subtle changes. And I love that, and I apparently am not the only one, because that's what he's done ever since. And I think he's going back to maybe, I don't know if he's going to do this for all his books, but specifically for A Frog's Tale, he did go back and make that change. And so because I don't think I've colored in the previous book, I'm going to put that in the giveaway pile, and then this one's mine, because we just talked about that. I love my black backgrounds, and he makes me so happy when he does this. So, if you have A Frog's Tale, but you not bought the recent kind of re-release of it, and maybe you don't like the black backgrounds, maybe you like having the 2 duplicate versions, don't rebuy the book then, I guess. But I'm going to show you guys what the refreshed version looks like. So all this is the same as in the previous book, this first half, which is good because I haven't flipped through it in a while. Actually, are we getting close to Hampson? No, we are still in the seas, so we're not even close to the Hampsons yet. We were making good progress, and then I had to take a couple weeks. I guess I'll flip through these fairly quickly, just in case you have not seen this book. I actually he did a sweet and simple little pack. So he does packs of drawings on his website. And so, like, if you don't want the whole book, he does have some packs of 6 or 8, like, Mr. Fogarty related pages. So, like, you can get just a sample of them on there. I can't remember, like, they're not full, like, the price you would normally pay for the books. But if you just like digital prints, that might be the way to go. It's on his actual website, though, not Etsy, so... Living the dream. Maybe not the pipe, though. Mine would probably be like a bag of, the equivalent of Marshmallow Captain Crunch and the Malto Meal, whatever that's called. Alright, second set of pages. Gives duplicates with subtle changes and black backgrounds to give you, added to give you a unique experience and a chance to revisit your favorite illustration. So this is the part that's different. The first book, the first Frog's Tale he released just had that second set of images exactly the same as the first. But this has black backgrounds and subtle changes. Is that fish in the first one? Did I not notice him? He's just like, woo! Like, no, he's not in that first one. Because I would have noticed them big eyes like, woo, yoo-hoo, over here. You have terrible aim. So that's what he's saying by subtle changes. Like, he'll add little bits and pieces and change elements. Ooh, I love that. And they're nice, crispy black backgrounds, too. I'll say this, while I squabble over the paper quality and the thinness of it, I will say the quality of the books overall seems to have improved in this year. I get fewer books with more of a dark gray rather than a black background. Fewer books that are bent and damaged, or the art's cut off in a weird way. Like, these are just nice, crisp black backgrounds. It seems to be a lot less of an issue this year. I will say that. I know, a rare positive statement about these types, about the Amazon books, but and for some, maybe just because it doesn't translate well, he doesn't make it entirely like a black background. And that makes complete sense. So, like, they don't all have to be that way. But, like, this, oh, I love this. Love it. Like, just really see some just bright, vibrant, like, neon kind of blue, green, turquoise, and with the fish and with the lilies. Like, I'm seeing like some neon in this picture. And I love that his nighttime scenes are sprinkled with a little bit of white. I have the hardest time dipping my brush in acrylic paint and like trying to tap it to create that kind of starry background without making a complete mess of the picture. So I really appreciate that he does that so that I don't have to. Because normally then I just use little white dots and it never looks as random as it should, like it does in these pictures. It's something I need to get better with. But I barely have time to color with the current techniques that I have, much less take the time to try to learn new things. So, oh, I love that one. And the little lights around the lightning bugs. This is the After Hours band. And then this lists his site as well, if you want to go check that out. He does have like a free coloring sheet every month with his newsletter. And then sends, has updates on his books and things like that. So, yeah, I'm trying to think. I think it was Moonlight Mischief when he started doing these black backgrounds. and then he's went back to A Frog's Tale. So who knows? He might decide to do the other books. He might decide he'd rather wait. But let me tell you, if he does, I guess I'll be adding a lot of my previous copies to my giveaway pile, because I really do love the addition of the black backgrounds. They are my absolute favorites in these books. Now, there's a rare occasion I'll color a page that doesn't have a black background in these books, so I like having two options, but those are definitely the first ones I'll look at. So, alright, well, that was a lot, and now I get to spend a couple hours putting all these videos together, but my goal was to try to get all this scheduled this weekend, because tomorrow I'm talking an awful lot about it, and it makes me nervous, because if I get up in the morning I don't feel like going, I'm going to feel like I disappointed myself. I'm going to try to start swimming again. We have a civic center that's about half an hour away that has an indoor pool, and last time that I dropped a lot of weight before I got sick, really swimming for 2 hours a week one day was what helped me. Like nothing else was really making a difference, but when I started doing that's when I managed to really start drastically losing at least the first initial like 20-30 pounds, and I'd like to start that again. And I've been having so much pain issues with my fibro this spring that I want to try something that maybe will help strengthen my joints and stuff without putting too much pressure on them. Now, I'm not going to be able to go hard and like swim laps and stuff like I did, 12 years ago, but I can at least get in there and flail around and not drown for an hour. And it may not even be a full 2 hours to start, but I've got a bag ready, and we're going to try it and see. Hopefully I can do a coloring chat soon, next couple weeks. I may have quite a bit to share, but some things I can't really talk about right now and that have been going on, and some things are family related and some things are work related, and so and I usually can't talk about work stuff anyway, so it might be a week or two before we get a really good solid coloring chat. Just know I'm here. I've been very tired and resting a lot, but I'm trying to change that. I'm tired of living this cycle. It just never seems to get any better. I thought maybe breaking out and swimming, because that was something I really enjoyed doing before. Now me being sick now with fibro and chronic illness issues, it might be a completely different ball game, but it was something that I really genuinely enjoyed doing. And I have always enjoyed swimming and getting in the water. So I'm hoping it's kind of like a boost to my week and might help a little bit with my mental health as well as my physical health. So maybe this small addition will cascade some changes that I desperately need, because I just can't keep going expending all the energy I have throughout the day and then just not feeling up to doing anything in the few hours I have left in the day at night other than sleeping. I don't know what those changes are, but I'm going to try a few things and see what sticks. So anyway, hope you enjoyed these. Links to the books will be in the description. Again, jumps to the different I'm sure by now, if you haven't wanted to watch the whole video, you figured out you could bounce around from book to book. Monday night, I'll be back with a completed book flip through from the Easter Ceramic Tiles. Wednesday, I'm hoping to have my Arteza pencil review. There's some caveats to that. That's one of the reasons it's taken so long, is there's a little more to it in terms of what's currently available, and I actually reached out to Arteza customer service and talked to them about it, so I'll have a little bit to say at the beginning of it, sort of disclaimers, and they're having stock issues right now and stuff, so it's taking a little longer to put that video together, but I'm hoping to have it Wednesday. Next weekend I want to start my coloring book collection back up. I have splurged on some birthday gifts to me this month. We we are putting aside the budget for the month of May, and because it is my birthday month, and work finally broke me. I did so well for 4 months. I did 4 months, guys, and then work broke me, life broke me, and I realized it was my birthday month, and I said, you know what, we're gonna just have fun this month and do some things. So I will definitely have a supply haul for you this month, and it's not large volume like a lot of things. It's just a handful of like very pricey things is probably what it's gonna be. So hoping to have that later this month. Anyway, so yeah, we should get back to pretty normal posting this week and next weekend. So sorry I've been gone. I just, like I said, I really just haven't want to do much anything this month. So anyway, thanks for watching. Talk to you soon. Bye for now.